So you're here for a reason, and I just kind of want to state that you're somebody that I've always admired in terms of service and hospitality. Since we first met, there's always a spark about you when it comes to interaction with people, not just guests, employees, fellow employees, friends. We also are involved in a lot of the same circles as well. But the hospitality thing, I do want to emphasize that there's not many of us in our industry. The ones that really get it, the ones that really connect with people in a meaningful way. I wanted to kind of talk to you a little bit about your perspective on what you do in hospitality.
All right. Well, a little backstory, I guess, for me. Pretty much when I was 17 years old, I started working at L&L. Shout out L&L, chicken katsu plate. We love that. But I was a 17-year-old kid that it was my first, like customer service experience. So I had to kind of learn from there, and it's simple things. But at the same time, I mean, you think about how popular L&L is. I mean, you got to make sure you get everything right. People are ordering there constantly. Hungry bradas coming in, ready for the barbecue mix plate, you know. And from there, I transitioned to working at Hot Topic, which is a, retail store, a little bit more edgy, as they say. And I think the reason I'm talking about this is because that's kind of where I really learned about people, mainly because of the fact that if you know anything about Hot Topic, it's a rock store, it's a loud store. There's, skulls and all these things around, but you got moms in here that have to purchase stuff for their kids, and you want to make the sale, and you got to kind of turn it on and make sure you I guess I've always felt like I was had to go above and beyond solely based on I already had the disadvantage that I'm already being looked at in almost a negative way, where like, oh, why is my kid at this store? All these people have tattoos and piercings and they're all different. So to ease into making a sale with them and kind of letting everybody be comfortable, I kind of had to make sure I made them feel comfortable. So that's kind of where my first experience came. And transition, fast forward a couple years down the road, I started working at Roy's Coalina, where we met. And basically my world shifted in a pretty amazing way, where now I'm dealing with a whole different echelon of people. Instead of selling band t-shirts, I'm selling butterfish. I'm selling expensive, well-created, well-thought-out plates to people that have money to spend, they want to spend money. And that's kind of where my food and beverage, prowess, where it all began. Learning my craft, learning about products, learning techniques. The more I learned, the more I absorbed, and the more I was confident talking to people. And when you can put joy on, someone's face with the trust that they instill on you to create an experience for them, and it works and they're stoked and everything about it is great, it's beautiful. So yeah, I kind of, that's a little history where it began, where I went from something small and it kind of elevated, and then I continued to try and elevate my craft pretty much every day. I mean, I'm 38 now. I started working at Roy's when I was probably 22, 23. Currently doing food and beverage now.
At the Four Seasons?
At the Four Seasons, which is another,
high expectation, like the highest quality. You're dealing with people that have money, that have very high expectations, and you're able to operate there because of the sequence that you went through. The L&L, you learned a bunch. Hot Topic, I'm selling retail. Roy's is a breeding ground for hospitality hammers out there. So if you want to learn hospitality at the highest level, Roy's does do that. And you see all the wonderful people that honed their craft there and then moved on to their next level, right?